So here's what I wanted to do. I wanted you at home, or if you're listening to us on Sirius XM, as Morgan would say, right?
Yes, please.
Right.
Patriot Channel 135.
I want you to hear from both sides of the aisle. What's the left saying? What's the right saying here in Washington? In a moment, I'm going to speak live with Wiley Nickel. He's a Democratic congressman from the state of North Carolina. But first, just a little while ago, I spoke with the Republican Senator Roger Marshall. He's from Kansas. I was up on Capitol Hill. Watch. So, Senator, you told me you're not a hell no, but you're close to it.
Right.
Why?
Number one, all your listeners need to understand that Joe Biden could shut the border right now if he wanted to. And I certainly don't want to make anything worse for President Trump when he gets elected. So this legislation actually makes asylum and parole worse by my understanding of the bill, that it gives the president more powers to circumvent the asylum rules, and especially I'm concerned about the parole. You need to realize that under President Obama, he was paroling 5,000 people a year. Joe Biden's been paroling 700,000 people per year. And I begged them to fix the parole issue, and actually what this bill does is allows the president to fly in people. They can't cross the southern border, but as many as he wants to, he can fly to a city near you.
So you just mentioned Donald Trump.
I did.
What would you say to those who say, you know what? Republicans are just crying wolf. It's the boy who cried wolf, right? We had heard, we need to do something, we need to do something, we need to do something at the border. Now there's a bill, and you're saying, well, wait a minute, Donald Trump.
Yeah, so my top priority the last year was to secure the border. They did not give me a bill that secures the border. It actually makes the border worse. Elections have consequences. What we know is Joe Biden's goal every day is to get as many people across the border legally or illegally as he can. Donald Trump's going to shut the border down the first day. They both, whoever the president, has the authority, the ability to close it down right now.
But if he wins the election, right? He wouldn't be into office until 11 months from now. So how do you fix the status quo between now and then if you're going to vote this thing down?
Right. Well, that's why it's on the backs of Joe Biden right now and Chuck Schumer, that they did not come close enough to the middle to actually secure the border. What they've given us is something that's going to make the border less secure, that more people are going to get across the border. And again, he lets asylum be even worse.
You said you're not a hell no.
Right.
Maybe you could be persuaded. What would need to happen for you to move in that direction?
It would take a very rigorous amendment process. The bill as written, I'm a hell no.
Okay.
No, so maybe this is really when negotiations start. We'll see. But if this is the bill that we're voting on, then I'm done. We would have to have a vigorous amendment process.
Mitch McConnell, there are calls for him to no longer lead Senate Republicans. Are those calls misguided?
Listen, Mitch McConnell is one of the most skilled logisticians that I've ever met in my life. Being able to keep the majority off their feet constantly with his maneuvers right now. He's one of the most, if not the most brilliant political mind I've ever met. So I'm supporting whoever the head coach is, and he's our head coach right now.
All right. Thank you, sir. Appreciate the time.
Okay.